Good morning. Welcome to Homebuilt Workshop. Welcome to Wednesday Live. Coming at you from a chilly and slightly snowy Colorado. I hope you are all doing awesome. Welcome. Welcome. Let's see. We got, well, you guys beat me here. Right on. Good morning. Paul's here. Paul says, greetings, everyone. Jeff, you play banjo also. Yes, referring to the picture. I got a different picture that I set up this morning. It's not great, but yeah, it's got my banjo in the background. I play a little bit of banjo. I haven't played it in too much in several years. But yeah, I found a left-handed banjo on Marketplace quite a few years ago, and I couldn't resist. It was a lefty. It's like the only lefty I've seen. So yeah, I don't play a lot of it though, but I love the banjo. I learned a little bit. I didn't learn like the finger picking stuff because my hand doesn't somehow cooperate. So I learned the old time really method, the claw hammer. That's kind of what I play. But I'm very rusty and out of practice. Robert's here. Robert says hello. Good morning, Robert. Tony's here. Morning, everyone. Tim's here. Good morning, y'all. Morning, Tim. What's going on? How are things going in your world? And there's Neptunes. Neptunes is here. What's up, brother? Right on, guys. Awesome, awesome. Yes, we got a little storm here this morning. It's kind of why I'm bundled up. It's a little chilly. I do have the heat running. If there's a background noise and it's annoying, let me know, and I'll shut it off. But I don't think it's too warm, so hopefully it's not coming across the airwaves. We had a little we got a winter storm warning last night, and school's closed today, even though we only got like an inch, maybe 2 inches of snow. But yeah, chilly, cold day today. It's gonna be a good day for working on some inside projects, some video editing, and planning upcoming projects, which I'll get to in a minute. I've got a small pile of things that I've assembled here. Donna's here. Donna says, good morning, all. Good morning, Donna. Tim says, still upright and sucking air. Life is good so far. Right on, man. Robert says, sounds fine here. Cool. That way I don't have to turn the heat off and like get super chilly. Harry Dude! Harry Dude's here. What's up? Hello, everybody. Harry Dude. I hope you're feeling better, man. Kicking the crud. Harry Dude's been feeling under the weather. Robert says, I'm a little warmer here today. It's in the low 50s. Oh, man. That's what we had that over over the weekend? Or was it the end of last week? I'm all messed up on the days, but we've had some pretty decent temps up until yesterday. Cool. Alrighty, so what has been going on around here? Forgot what I was going to say. I just finished up a little leather project that's going to be coming out this weekend. I got the video pretty well edited. I just got to get that up and posted and scheduled. Kind of nice to get back to doing a little bit of leather work. You guys know that over the past bunch of months I've been working on the acoustic, so I haven't had a ton of time to get to some of the other smaller projects, so that was kind of nice. Kind of nice to get back to that. I think I got one more that I want to do, and I might jump into that as well, just to get it done, but I don't know. Yeah. Neptune says it's in the mid-70s. Woo! Robert says to Harry Dude, I hope you're getting better. Right on. Harry Dude says, almost back to my form of normal. Gonna reopen the shop next week. Nice. Good to hear, man. Tony says, almost 80 for the high today with thunderstorms tonight on the Mississippi coast. Man, nice and warm down there. Let's see. Paul says, have a customer from Ethiopia commissioning a crar. Believe it or not, I actually found detailed schematics for one. Wow. That's cool. From Ethiopia. Man, that's a ways. I'm honestly not familiar with a crar. Hopefully that's not some sort of like cardinal sin. I'm gonna look that up right now, and we're gonna learn what this is if you're not sure either. Crar. What is that thing? That is interesting. What is that? It's like a... Wow, that's kind of cool. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture in case you're not where you can look it up. A crar. A 5 or 6 string bowl-shaped lyre from Ethiopia. I'll be darned. Yeah, I guess got an idea. I just got an idea. Hold on, if this picture loads, I'm gonna... Well, there you go. You can sort of see it. A square thing with like tuners on top. Could you not make like a cool cigar box crar? Oh man, that'd be kind of neat. Apparently, there's like rounded ones. Interesting. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave that open on there, and you read about that and just see. I immediately saw cigar box crar. Henry's here. Good morning, Henry. Henry says snowy today here in Denver. 4 inches. Wow. We were supposed to get like 5 to 7, and we got maybe an inch, maybe an inch and a half. I don't know. Not a ton, really. But that's all right. We still get a snow day. School's off. Lots of places are delayed. It's going to be a good day. Paul says it's a stringed instrument. Actually, it looks kind of neat. Robert says, I got notified from Crimson that my kit I ordered in August last year has been shipped just a couple of days ago. Wow, that's quite a delay. But that's awesome. It's on its way, man. That's going to be cool. Neptunes! I have workers painting my daughter's room. It's nice to get this hurricane damage fixed. Oh, yeah. Nice. Shoot, man, I got a paint sprayer. Let's make a road trip and paint it up. Mike's here. Mike says, good morning. 38 to 44 in the PNY. PNW, sorry, not Y. Rain today. Gina's here. Gina says, hello all. Well, good morning. Neptune says, interesting is right. Paul says, I'll send you the schematics if you like. Sure, yeah, why not? I mean, you never know. It might be kind of a fun project. Mix it up with a cigar box or something. I don't know. Neptune says, hey Gina, how you doing? Robert, hello Gina. Right on. Robert says, yeah, it's taken a while to get it on its way to me. Yeah, that is quite a while. I'm kind of surprised. Maybe they're having, they're probably having the supply issues like the rest of us, I would imagine. Paul says, I'm done with Crimson. Received a follow-up from them regarding GGBO. That wasn't nice. Really surprised by it. Yeah, that's kind of, huh. Yeah. That stinks, man. I've said it before, but I'm sorry you had those issues. That's, stuff like that. You just shouldn't happen. Gina says, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, all. I get a 2-hour delay, so I'm working about 100 feet away from our host. Wood says, do you play on bass? I am not a bass player. I can do, your simple boom, 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 I can thump around on it enough to kind of fake a bass line. I've played bass on a song or some songs or two. Some songs or two. What kind of English is that? On a song or two in the cover band that I was playing in. But I'm not a bass player, but I'll dabble in it a little bit, I guess. So speaking of cigar box guitars, I've got one that I'm getting ready to start on. So I don't know how many of you remember last March last year, I went up to a guitar show, the Colorado, let's see, how did they call that? The Colorado Custom Guitar Show and Luthier's Expo last year up in Denver, Colorado, and it was an awesome time. I did kind of a vlog style video on that. If you want, you can scroll back on the channel and find that video. But when I was up there, yeah, I had some friends up there at the show, and you know, actually as vendors, I guess. But when I was wrapping up that video, I said that I wanted to do that this year. Well, they have released the registration for this year's show, and guess who's in it? This guy. Haley Guitars will be there as a vendor, participant, as a exhibitor. Maybe that's it, exhibitor. I like that better than vendor. But yes, I've got my table reserved, and now I'm working on getting things in order to take up there. I'm not gonna take like tons and tons of instruments, but I'll probably take 3, 4, 5. I don't know. We'll see. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be, you know, I had a blast last year at that show, just wandering around, meeting people, and I'm excited this year. But that being said, I have a couple guitars that I'm going to take up there for sale. I'll probably take one of mine as kind of as display. But a friend of mine said something about cigar box or something like that. I have one left. Look at the dust. It's been sitting for a long time. So I'm going to build this one out, and we'll make this a right-handed guitar. So I've started gathering items. I've got some tuners already. Well, look at that. Conveniently, there's 3 left. I've got a neck blank that, well, it's not really a blank yet, but that's going to be the neck. I'm just kind of figuring out what I have for parts, what I need to get, and then this build will be coming up, and we'll get that built out as a brand new build that will go up there to the guitar show. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. Paul says, "Congrats, Haley Guitars." Haha. Paul says, "Do you have enough product to demo?" I have a right-handed guitar, a Dorian. I have a left-handed tonic, which is kind of the T style. I have one of mine I'll probably take up there just as a, you know, kind of a display, and, you know, it's a lefty as well. But I'm going to build this as a righty. When I was up there last year, I wandered the whole entire floor, and, you know, looking at all of the builds and everything that were there, and I saw exactly this many lefties. Zero. So I'm going to take 2 or 3 probably up with me, and I'll probably be the only booth there with a left-handed instrument. I don't know why. Oh, I'm kicking stuff. I don't know why that nobody builds them, really. I don't understand it. I know that there's not near as a market for them as right-handed guitars, but really, come on. How come us lefties have to resort to building our own, or buying, you know, the standard black model that any of the big names sell? It's always black, almost. Especially if you're buying an Ibanez, it's going to be black, most likely. I don't understand it. So I'll probably be the only booth there with left-handed guitars. But it's going to be fun. So between now and the end of March this year, I got to get the table. I've got to get kind of a display thing set up. All I have is the booth reserved, so you get a table and stuff like that. So I got a little bit of work to do, getting, you know, just some promo things together. But it's gonna be fun. Robert said, "Sorry to hear about that." To Paul, probably won't order from them again either, but I haven't had any bad communication. It's just too expensive and takes too long. Yeah, you know, the communication would be the only thing. I'm not knocking them necessarily, but I have emailed them a few times and never heard a word back. So I get it. You're probably overwhelmed with things, and this was some questions I had on GGBO. But Neptune says, "Nice. I hope you get overwhelmed with orders." Yeah, that would be awesome. Except I don't have my current models ready to go on the CNC yet. So if I get a ton, it's still going to be by hand for a little while. Rick's here. Sent pack in. Says good morning. Made it. Where are you going to be a vendor? There's a guitar show in Denver, Colorado that I went to last year just as a visitor. But this year I'm going to be an exhibitor. Got my table. Neptune says, where did you get those cigar boxes if you don't smoke or know someone that smokes? This, my neighbor picked up a bunch of these. And I guess there was a local shop that was going out of business. And she knew that I was building cigar box guitars, or that I like to build them. So she got a few of these and gave them to me. So, yeah. That's where I got these. This is the last one I have, though. So once this one's done, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll just go to... There's a couple cigar shops in Colorado Springs that I know of. I might go in there. Might be kind of awkward. I don't know. And just look for boxes. So that's probably would be what I would do if... yeah. I've seen them on like eBay and stuff, but I'd almost rather go to a local shop and just see. I know I have bought some before, but if I could, go to a local place and see if they've got some, it's probably what I'll do, like I said, once this one's done. But I honestly don't know, I don't think I know a single person that smokes cigars that I could even ask. None that I can think of. Paul says to Robert, found out that guy who won first place actually spent a few weeks at Crimson in a guitar course right before the contest, so they knew him personally. I've seen a couple of those that have been trained from there. Paul says he sells about 2 lefties a year. Yeah, but see, you sell some. And you'll make them, which is awesome. Like I said, that the whole entire show last year, out of all the vendors, I saw zero lefties. Not a one. Jedi Jingle Maker, hello from Florida. What's up? How are things going in Florida? Hope you're doing awesome. Neptune says, welcome, sent pack in. Paul says a lot of guitar shops will either give them to you or sell them to you cheap. Oh, cigar shops. I'm like, guitar shops? Yeah, I think I will, I'll probably hit one up here at some point and just see if I can get a few more, because they are a fun, I enjoy building with them, like, because they're all different, it seems, right? They all have different construction. This one's pretty straightforward, but different dimensions, different sizes, different depths, different, wall thicknesses. Everything seems to be different. So really what I do is once I have the neck, I have a routing template that I'll attach and I'll route this flush. But once I shape this blank, and it's long, like this, it's super long, so that I can, I can change where the length, where it goes into the box, to get the scale length correct. But this is about the only thing that's sort of standard. Everything else is custom one-off, trying to fit it to each individual box. Let's see. Harry Dude says, have a good one, folks. Just finished up working on site, so I'm about to pack up and head home. Catch you all next week. Right on, man. Safe travels, and feel better, and we'll see you next week. Bobby's here. Bobby, what's going on? Bobby says, Samantha Fish has a metal 1-gallon fuel can guitar. I have seen some of those, and I've contemplated doing something like that. Robert says, yeah, unanswered email seems to be a big problem. I've had more than a few myself. Yeah. But it's hard. I have my own, I'm sure, in my email box. I try to get caught up on everything, try to email people back, but sometimes you miss stuff, unfortunately. At least I do. Paul says, I used to make cigar box guitars, and the cigar shops would display and sell them. Oh, that's a good idea. I gotta keep that in mind. Make a couple of them and take them to the shops. Ooh, yeah. Thanks for that idea. That's a great idea. Let's see. Jedi Jingle Maker, I'm getting ready to buy a Schecter SLS Elite today. Stoked. Nice, man. That's awesome. I can't picture the Elite exactly, but that is cool. I own one Schecter. I forget what it is off the top of my head. It's actually the only 7-string guitar that I own. I bought it when I was playing in the cover band because I needed a low tuning, and I thought the 7-string would be cool. But I couldn't get a good grasp on what to do with my hand. Actually, I guess for you guys it would be this hand, which feels very strange to me. But it is. I like that guitar. Pretty much all the Schecters I've seen I really like. Neptune says, later, Harry. Paul says, built a 2-neck 3- and 4-string CBG for a charity auction a few years back. Nice. A double neck is on my list of things to do, just for kind of one of those just for fun projects, just because. Ooh, I just kicked you guys a little bit. Sorry about that. I've been wanting to do a double neck with something like just 2 different string lengths or scale lengths, like maybe a 25.5 and a 27 or 30 or something, like a baritone and a regular. I thought about the bass in a standard or something like that, but I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of fun to do, and just kind of a unique project. Jedi says, I'm going to make a shovel guitar this year. No joke. Oh, I believe you, man. Go for it. Have you seen the one that I like to make stuff made for, I think it was Rob Scallion? That one was kind of cool. And I know Justin Johnson's got a shovel guitar. But yeah, they're pretty cool. And Neptune says, that's cool, Paul. Sempackin says, I built a nice 1-gallon 6-stringer. I feel like I've seen pictures of that. Henry says, finally finished making spool clamps after having the parts for a year or so. Since then, my acoustic guitar top I have done has warped a bit. Is it okay, since it's so thin, to just clamp it flat? Do you already have the plates jointed? I'm guessing it's a book match top. I guess I shouldn't guess, but more details. Is it already glued? It's already one piece and is unbraced, and you need to add the braces, if I'm understanding you correctly. I'll elaborate when you give me some more info. Robert says to Jedi, good luck with the purchase. I found a Schecter at a pawn shop in Stillwater. Do not know what model it was. Almost bought it to check it out and maybe practice setup. I have seen several. Now, Schecter, like all the other ones, right? They have the higher lines and the lower lines. I know the one I have is a little bit lower line, but I really like that guitar. I bought it on eBay for like $100. I think it had a couple chips in the finish and like a little nick on the headstock, but I cleaned those up and just dressed them up a little, make it look a little better, and it's a great guitar. Paul said, I'll post a double neck on Facebook later. It was actually made out of cedar fence pickets. Yeah. Jedi says, yes, Rob Scallion is my influence for the shovel guitar. Rob is amazing. So, you probably know this, but that shovel guitar was made by Bob at I Like to Make Stuff, and if you go over to his channel, he's got a full build on there, if you haven't seen it. going through the whole process that he used to build that one for Rob. So it's kind of cool. Brian's here. Brian says, hello, everyone. I just started dinner and had a few minutes to jump on and say hi. Right on, Brian. Hi. How's everything over there? Are you in the depths of winter? Henry says, yes, they're already jointed and no braces yet. The rosette and sound hole is already in, too. I would think... Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I've built one acoustic so far. Soon to be more, but I would think that if it's not really bad, right? If it's just got a little something in there, I would imagine that once you glue the braces on, when you glue the braces, you're gonna brace it in the radius dish. So it's gonna put it under a little bit of tension. You're gonna glue the braces on there, and that will probably take care of it. I have seen in a recent video from Eric Schaefer, you can head over to his channel. I honestly don't know which video it was in, but I feel like it's been in the last week, maybe two, where he was talking about the same sort of thing. He had a couple pieces that had warped a little bit, and he was showing how he'll lightly put a little bit of water on it and work that warp back out. I haven't tried that, but if you can find his video, that may help you out. But I would also, like I said, if it's just a little, and it's not like super potato chip, I would think your braces are going to hold it in place just fine. You're not gluing the braces on flat. Just keep that in mind. You're going to radius the braces. You're going to put your top in your radius dish, and you're going to work in the dish. So you're going to force everything into that radius. So hope that helps a little bit, maybe. But go see if you can find that video on Eric Schaefer's channel. Paul says, never would have believed it, but I have a higher line and a lower line also. I think all of us probably, we do that almost unintentionally, but not quite. Like we might choose different line of tuners or different line of hardware for one build, and we might choose another line for another build, kind of up high and low end, and yeah. But it's all high end. It really is. Bobby says, are you planning a Haley bass, bass 4 or 5, or both? Right now, I have the model almost completely done. I'm trying to do this one all a little different than I've done all my other ones. I'm drawing everything up in Fusion 360 with the intent on cutting everything on the CNC machine. This one is going to be a 4-string. Eventually, I'll do both and have a 4 or a 5-string. But right now, it's still in the design. Well, it's almost done. It's almost all modeled. But right now, it's just the 4-string that I am getting close to firing up and sending to the CNC. Actually, I probably could right now, but just get some foam and do some practice cuts. But, Bobby, both, eventually. Watch and Learn, Thomas is here. Watch and Learn says, good morning, Jeff. Good morning, dude. What's going on? Robert says, it looks really nice, dark red and black. The asking price was around $380 or so. That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, like you said, I don't remember the model, but. Brian says, all is well in Germany. We have some cool temps around 32, but rather damp to go with it. Right on. Jedi says, thanks, Robert. I have 2 other Schecters, and they're both solid guitars. Recommend them. And when you get to their guitars over $1,000, they're all dream machines. I was just happy that I found mine, a left-handed 7-string. Oh, guess what color it is? It's black. Go figure. Watch and Learn says, I just finished 2 guitars. Right on, man. Mike says, what kind of tuning would you use on a 4-string? On a bass, it's EA DG for a 4-string bass. 5-string is B E. I mean, that's quote-unquote standard tuning for a bass. It's just, you know, in that lower octave. Let's see. Robert says, I don't play, just wanted to build and work on them. May go ahead and buy it if it's still available next time I go in the shop. I just got a low battery notification. That's interesting. Again, remember that a couple weeks ago. Neptune says, Robert, I don't play either, but would like to build one. Robert said, funny, I had a reminder set for this stream, and my phone chimed at me to remind me for the stream. Nice, see, there you go. Mike said, oh, sorry, I was thinking on a CBG. Oh, yeah. I have built 4-string CBG. I can't remember what I had it tuned to. I think I had it tuned... I think I had it EADG. I've tried it. I mean, I just grab them and twist it till it sounds cool, but... I've done a couple 4-strings. Personally, I believe that I like the 3-string better. Neptune says, just a heads up, your signal is sporadic. I don't doubt that one bit. I'm noticing a little lagginess on here too. I've got to believe that, well, some of it's probably the weather. But speaking of that, I think we've talked about it before. My buddy Chaos, who's been on this stream several times, gave me a second-hand laptop that he had sitting around, and I had to get the screen fixed. I finally got that back, and it's working great. So now I got to do a little bit of spending some time and figuring out how to use the streaming software, and I'm gonna try to do some different stuff for the stream coming up very soon, especially now that I have that laptop back. I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna try to use like my good camera and some streaming software and see if we can't make this work. Of course, that's not gonna fix the signal issue, but you got me thinking about stuff that I'm working on. Let's see. Robert says, your stream is pausing a bit today. Yeah, I feel like it's the weather. Again, sorry, guys. I got some plans to, again, try to fix that. Like, I'm always on the look. Jedi says, it looks really cold where you are. It's wintry out there. For those of you that don't know, I do live in the state of Colorado, and which is, well, right on the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. It can get a little wintry here sometimes, and today's one of those wintry days. Schools are closed for snow, and some areas are getting quite a bit of snow. We've only got maybe an inch or two here, but yeah, it's just one of those wintry Colorado days. It's not too bad in here. I got the heat going and stuff, but yeah, I just bundle up sometimes. Paul says you can tune a 4-string a couple of ways, EADG or DGBE. Both work great. Or tune it like I do. When I pick it up and after having played it for a while and it's all out of tune, I just tune it to something that rings some sort of an open chord and roll with it. It doesn't work if you're trying to play with somebody, but I might, while I'm doing this new build, I might build a second neck. I have a 4-string cigar box that when I built it, I don't know if this is going to work. When I built it, I had to notch the neck out so that the lid could close, but I didn't leave enough room underneath it. Like, I didn't double it up like I should have, because I thought, man, it's not a 6-string. It's only, it's only 4 strings. It's going to be fine. So I notched it out on here, but as soon as I strung it up, like almost right away, this section, which is inside the box, it bowed. So the neck really bows, and I've done a couple things to try to strengthen it up, but I think what I'm going to do is just remake the neck and kind of reconfigure it. Probably make it back as a 3-string, because I really like the box that it's in. But right now it's totally unusable because of that bow. Jedi says, Colorado. Yes, chilly. Yeah, from time to time. Rick says, Jeff, what's up? You should have seen all the rain we were having here in California. Lots of flooding. Oh, man. I heard something about that not long ago. I hope everybody's all right. Rick, I hope you're okay out there and not getting flooded out. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Now, Patty's here, too. Speaking of flooding, Patty says, coming in late to the stream, flooded out. Trough's frozen, but it's blue skies, and the wood burner is roaring away. Right on. Yeah, Patty posted some stuff over on his Instagram. Yeah. Well, that was a lot of water, man. Holy cow. That's crazy. I hope everything's okay, and everybody's okay. But, yeah, glad you're able to tune in. Right on. Neptune says, try turning your heater off. You probably have to freeze to get a good stream signal. We'll turn that one off and see if anything changes. Jedi says, do you ever release your own original music? Not in quite a while. I have made... That's not... Yeah, for my original band, back in the mid-2000s, back in my day, no, I've made 3 CDs. One of them's more of a demo, so I've got 2 of them out there that I have released and recorded. They're full studio albums. Not just me, but my band at the time. I still have a bunch of one of the albums that I came across the other day. But yeah, it's like rock, metal stuff. And but yeah, I have. It's fun. I love being in the studio and recording stuff. Like actual studio, not like a home studio. Ooh, that's chilly. Neptune's, I switched that off, and this one right here is a little electric one, like with those infrared deals. When you shut it off, it still blows for a couple minutes to like cool everything off before it shuts off. And now it's blowing cold air on me. So there you go, it's off now. Whoops. So Jedi, yes, I have done some. Robert says, glad you got the laptop back and it's working. The only laptop I have is a Dell 2-in-1. I like it a lot, but don't use it much. It's got a 13-inch screen, and my desktops have 27. Yeah, 13's kind of small. This one is a 17, and it's a touch as well. So, and while I thought that was working fine before, now that the screen has been replaced and the display looks great, I now realize that the touch was messed up before too, because this one now works just like you were on your phone or your tablet. It's actually pretty cool. Neptune says, please hit the like button before you leave. It helps the channel. Yes, guys! Go ahead. Let's see. It looks like... Yes, we're at 7 likes right now. So if you enjoy these lives, and you hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost a thing. Isn't that what everybody says? Doesn't cost you anything. Just hit it. No. No, if you want to hit it, and you guys do enjoy these, I really appreciate it. Tim says, after watching your CBG builds, you've inspired me to start designing and building some. First build will be shipped to Australia from US. Better to ship with guitars strung or not. Never shipped instruments before. Well, Tim, first off, bam! That's awesome. You are going to love it. They are super fun to build. I don't know if you caught it, but I'm getting ready to start a new one. Look at this dusty old thing. We're gonna build this one out here before too long. CBGs are super fun to build. They're super fun to play. And so for shipping, I would leave it strung, but not tuned to pitch, especially shipping that far. Now, I have shipped guitars. Well, I've never shipped one with no strings. I always leave the strings on. I have shipped them both tuned to pitch as well as detuned. I prefer the detuned strings over shipping with them tuned to pitch. The only reason I really shipped them, I left it tuned to pitch, I wanted to try it. And I didn't know how else to experiment it other than doing it, which was a little nerve-wracking. So that's not my first choice, but I have done it. And this is with a 6-string, and I've not had any issues. I would detune it slightly, you know, a step, 2, 3 steps. Not so they're super slack, but, you know, just takes a little bit of the tension off there. When I pack them, though, I always put some paper or some bubble wrap or something between the strings and the fretboard, right? So since they're slackened a little, I don't want those strings to be slapping against the frets while they're shipping, especially across the ocean. And that's not saying that it's going to, but I always put something between just to protect the fretboard from the strings. And then wrap it, pad the heck out of it, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I always try to double box if I can. You know, I'll put it in a box, and then I'll try to find another box that's slightly larger. I always, if I can't do that, I try to take other cardboard and things, pack around the top and the bottom, support everything you possibly can. You know, so if you're building a cigar box, right, you're going to have the neck coming off, something along those lines. Put something under that neck. Take a piece of cardboard, roll it up, something, so that if something heavy gets set on that box, which hopefully it doesn't, but you can't. We're not in charge of any of that once it leaves the shipping, or once we leave the shipping store. I try to block everything up, so you know, if they set a bowling ball case on top of it, that at least it's supported as best as possible. Hopefully they never set a bowling ball case on it, but you never know. But I guess that's kind of the long answer. The short answer is I would slightly loosen the strings, but I still would leave a little bit of tension on them. So hopefully that helps. Oh man, I got behind. I'm catching up to you guys. Don't you worry. So Tim, I hope that answers your question. Mike says that's where I'm at as well. I built the 4-string and was happy with it. Ended up tuning FACE is in the upper 4 strings. Right on. Robert says to Rick, yeah, the flooding sucks, but you guys are really needing the rain to fill the lakes. Hope the drought is really over for you guys. Oh yeah, I've heard about all those lakes going dry. I just hope everybody's safe. Henry says, you know, it's the mid-2000s. when I say he's released 3 CDs. Yeah, right? Nobody releases CDs anymore. Neptune says, what's the band called? Jeff and the Woodworkers? No, I wasn't. I mean, I was still making stuff at that time. But I didn't. Let's see, when did I start this? About 11 years ago? Yeah, I still was playing when I started this channel. So, if you guys want to look it up, look up the band Sanguine Addiction. So, Sanguine Addiction. No, it's not a typo negative cover band. But there's a ton of videos, live performances and stuff like that. And you can see me back in the day. Did you like rock, metal, you know, kind of the loud, slightly angry stuff? I do have CDs. Let's see. Robert says to Tim, most are strong when shipped, but not tuned. Yes. Patty says, always enjoy listening. Right on, Patty. And I always enjoy you tuning in. Paul says, ship them with strings loosened slightly. Yes. There you go, Tim. Brian says, gotta run, everyone. I'm hoping to get motivated to straighten up the garage and get working on something. Stay safe, take care, and stay warm. Right on, Brian. Enjoy your dinner. Tell everyone hello from all of us to all of you guys over there in Germany. And have an awesome evening, I guess it is. Afternoon, evening. Bobby says, I would pad the frets, though. Vibration might damage them. Yes, that's what I was saying. I always put something between the strings and frets. Even if I tune it to pitch. You know, with it fully tuned, I'm putting something in there because you just never know. Robert says, stay safe and healthy. Paul said, wrap the neck and body to protect them. Not saying to follow my lead, but I always throw in a padded gig bag with each guitar I ship. Cool tip, customer, plus adds additional protection. Yes, I agree with that. I always try to ship everything in some sort of a gig bag. I've even done a couple repairs where I've had to, I sold one of my instruments to a buddy of mine a couple states away. He wanted to try a different shape on the neck, so I reshaped it for him, and I just grabbed whatever gig bag. And, you know, I don't care if it's an old used one. I'm not going to do that to a new customer, but this was a friend of mine, so just to make sure that the thing is in something, then that's padded and boxed and taped. Oh, another thing, tape. Tim, if you're going to ship this thing, especially across the pond, maybe across more than one pond. I don't know how many of you guys have ever had a package you've ordered from somewhere arrive with a big hole in the side and your contents are gone. I spare basically no expense when it comes to tape. Gina always laughs at me. I will tape everything. I tape all the edges, I tape around the sides, I tape around the top, I tape around everything, because if someone has purchased something from me, the last thing I want, well, I don't want it to get damaged, but I also don't want it to get completely lost. So probably not as big a deal with a guitar, but a smaller package of something, 3D printed parts or something like that, I tape everything. Like, I don't think you can have too much tape, because, you know, you get a lot of stuff you get and, you know, the box is just taped shut. Well, I know for a fact that on more than one occasion, I have received stuff with the box taped shut, but there's a giant hole in the side of the box and the stuff inside's gone. So I told myself that I am going to do everything I can to avoid that happening to something I'm shipping. So I just go nuts with the tape. Let's see. Rick says, I have to get busy trying to print a logo to trace for a build. Has to be done in 2 or 3 pieces that I can tape together. Not sure how to do this yet. Any thoughts or suggestions? Yes, Rick. Now, I don't know what software you have available to use. So you can draw your logo up. And once you have it done, you can add marks to each sheet, you know, in the design, like actually in the design. That way, when you print it, sometimes it'll print with little tick marks, right? You can add those registration marks in your printer. But if you can't, if you just draw some lines in there and outside of your design, when it splits it up between the sheets of paper, you'll be able to line up those lines to help tape everything back together. I've done this several times. What I end up using to tape it together, you know, a light box would work awesome. I don't have a light box. I'll use a window. Like, I'll just go to a window and you set your paper on the window, a little piece of tape on the window. The light coming through the window acts as a light box. And then from there, you can place all of your pieces, line everything up because it's backlit so you can see your registration marks and you can get everything in place, taped all down, and then you can peel that whole now larger sheet of paper off of the window, and it works incredible. I don't know how many times I've done that for different things. Guitar projects, other things that I happen to be working on, but I've done that many times, just working on a window to line things up with some sort of registration marks that you either built into your design or that you had your printer add. So hopefully that helps. That's what I would do. So whatever you're using to build or to draw your logo, trace or whatever, just add some more lines on the outside of that, and you can use them as registrations. Now it's a common, you know, it's not like some secret, but you know, unless you've done any sort of graphic type stuff, printing or anything like that, you know, some people just, it's not commonly known. Maybe, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Let's move on. Paul says, the guitar I sent to Daryl Braun was encased in a coffin made of half-inch styrofoam insulation that I built to protect it. Overkill, but made it safely. Yeah, see, the overkill. I always err on the side of overkill. Tim said, thanks for the tips. Really appreciate the advice. Right on, man. Not a problem. That's why we're here. Gina said they're on Spotify. Oh, yeah, we are on Spotify. Bobby says, so young, dude. Oh, did you look us up? Oh, Neptune's posted the Facebook page. Dude, that hasn't been... We haven't been using that in years. But that is our page. I think we're on all the platforms, honestly. The website, sanguineaddiction.com, is super old. Hasn't been updated, but I keep it up there for kind of posterity. But I do have, if you guys look at it, I'm serious. I do have, I have albums. I have quite a few. Now Gina says he's not even joking about the tape. No, I wouldn't steer him wrong. Mike said registration marks. Yes, you got it. Robert said, yeah. Then you also have the issue where what you have ordered is shipped to a completely different part of the country and the company you ordered from doesn't reply to your emails. Lost a router. Oh, no, not a router. That's a drag. Ooh, I got another one that's annoying, right? You follow your tracking info for whatever it is you're expecting to arrive, and it's like 3 states away, and then it's 2 states away, and then it's finally in your state, and then it's at, the state distribution center, and then it's made it to your post office, right? Now it's on the truck. It's out for delivery. And then finally, the info you've been waiting for, your package has been delivered. And you go to the mail with anticipation for the cool thing that you're waiting to arrive. And you open the mailbox, and it's not there. And you double check, and it says delivered. And you look again, and it's not there. That is the worst. Did you like that dramatic effect? Yeah, that's horrible. I've had that happen a couple times. Delivered. Nowhere in sight. And a day or 2 later, I've had them arrive. I'm like, well, where was it delivered a couple days later? Where was it before? Hopefully your router turns up, I hope, Robert. Mike said hopefully he's good at cleaning the windows after he's done. Gina said he is. Thank you. Rick says, I'm pulling the logo off the net and need it to enlarge it to size, then divide it so I can print it. But thanks. You might not have to divide it. Again, depending on what software and your printer. If you have a giant picture and you're looking, even probably in Paint, right? Microsoft Paint. When you go to print it, you can tell your printer to tile. I believe that's what it's called. Tile your pages. And it's going to break it up so that you don't have to split it. I mean, you can if that works for you. But a lot of times the printer will do that. It'll break things up, and that's where having the registration marks on there is really nice. All you really need is some X's and things to help you line things up. Robert says, yeah, that sucks also. Neptune says, I thought that mail thing only happened to me. No, and I mean, it happens to everybody from time to time. I don't know about in your guys' area, but here where I am, there's a ton of development and growth, housing and stuff being built around here. And our little local post office is, it's the definition, I would say, of your typical, tiny town post office. It wasn't built to have all of these homes and addresses that they now have to service. So they're really busy and they're really doing the best they can to get everybody's stuff delivered. But so many people in my area are, have zero hesitation about going in there and complaining about the post office. I believe that every single delivery company does the best they can. I fully believe that, right? Yes, everybody's shorthanded. Yes, everybody has to work long hours. Lots of them are, likely upset, disgruntled, or whatever. But I really think they do, and I think we just need to give them a break. Something gets lost, something gets lost. I mean, none of it's the end of the world. A lot of times you can get a replacement without any issue, but I'm standing up for our post office. Anyway, Pelly Bob says, hello, people. What's going on? Paul says, like the message in your group's name, sanguine addiction. Sanguine, optimistic or positive, especially in an apparent bad or difficult situation. Yes. And that was the whole thing. Sanguine also means like red, the color of blood. So people thought, well, you guys are like a vampire band or something. I'm like, no. Donna says, have a great week, everyone. Right on, Donna. You do the same. Rick said, okay, well, stay warm and safe, Jeff and everyone. See you all next week, God willing. Right on, Rick. Have a good one, man. Robert says, I've given up on the router. It was about a year ago. It wasn't a full router. It was a DeWalt the router motor. Oh, a year ago? Oh, yeah, it's likely gone. I'm sorry, Robert. Patty says, oh yeah, same here. Royal Mail sends you a notification to say congratulations. We're awaiting your package and it will be delivered shortly. Wait, so you have it already? Just deliver it. Yeah, see? Robert says, send packing, best of luck. Right on, Rick. You got it. You can do this, man. You'll make it. You'll make it happen. Mike said, see ya. You saying see ya to Rick, or are you leaving, Mike? Everyone's leaving? Are we wrapping up? I got a few more minutes. I'm going to hang here with you guys for a few more minutes. Neptunes, you out of here? Right on, buddy. Thanks a lot, man. Have a good one. Stay warm down there. Wait, you already are. Tom says, I had about $400 of guitar parts get lost in the mail. After having the post office search for it, a plastic bag with a shredded box arrived with an apology. No idea where the parts are. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So one of my experiences was also with guitar parts. Honestly, I don't mind telling you this, but it was from Stu Mac. I'd ordered some stuff from Stu Mac. You know, some little files and things, which if you know Stu Mac, they're not inexpensive, right? So it was one of those deals, you know, your package has been delivered, and Stu Mac typically has a very good shipping. So I get the package delivered. There's a hole in the side. Nothing in the box. Nothing. So I contacted Stu Mac. I wasn't mad at them. It wasn't their fault, right? Contacted Stu Mac, sent them the pictures or whatever information it was at the time that they needed. They next day overnighted the exact same order, and I had it literally the next day. That was incredible. I mean, I didn't argue with them. I just said, look, here's the thing, here's the pictures. I didn't get my stuff, and they said, oh, sorry about that. You'll have it tomorrow. I mean, holy cow. But yeah, when you get the shredded box, it's a horrible feeling. Gina says, have a great day. I might go into work now. Right on. Neptune says, no, I thought you were ending. No, did I say I was ending? Maybe I misspoke something. I mean, we'll wrap it up here shortly, but right now I'm enjoying hanging with you guys. You trying to get me out of here? Sorry, Neptunes, if I was misleading. Neptune says to Gina, are you sure you really want to do that? Gina says, I don't. Patty says, did you make a video on the scrapwood side table? Yes, I did. Last Saturday. It went up last weekend. It's Saturday. So you should see it right here on the channel. It's got a little picture of it on the thumbnail. I think it says like made from trash or something like that. Yeah, it's on here. So you should be able to find it. That was a fun little project. A little bit different than some of my builds. But for those of you that didn't see it, the video that I posted last weekend was like one of these little couch side table things that I built from some busted up or leftover flat pack furniture pieces, excess pieces. And rather than throwing them away, I decided to make decided to try to make something out of it. So it's not like a from scratch build, and I said that in the video. You know, it's not a specific how-to. This is just, let's try to repurpose something into something useful. And you know what? The thing works great. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and check it out on the channel here. And don't forget, when you watch it, hit that thumbs up button. So Patty, yes, so see if you can find that video. Paul says, I've had USPS lose guitar bodies, had them find an empty box at their Nashville location, but they still tried to deny that someone had stolen it. Ah. See, that, you know, a lot of people talk about branding. You branding your boxes, right? You know, with your logo and making it, you know, making it a whole experience. Yeah. Partly, if someone knows, you know, if it says Waldrop Guitars on the side, you're going to know it's probably a guitar part. Whereas if it's just a box, it's not as, I don't know. I'm kind of wishy-washy on that. Oh, I got a question for you guys in just a second. Actually, I'm gonna throw this out there to you guys. So early at the beginning of this, I mentioned that I was gonna do. I have this guitar show in March, right? So one thing I'm trying to work out the bugs for is some sort of mobile payment swiper card thingy, right? So if any of you guys use one of them for your business, I'd love to hear what has worked well for you guys for being able to take mobile payments away from the office, I guess. You know, like a Square or you know, PayPal's got a new one, and I do use PayPal, so I'm kind of leaning towards that. But I'd love to hear from you guys. You can shoot me a message or something and let me know what works for you, because yeah, you don't have to give any details here, or just plop them here and that'll be just fine. But I want to hear. I'm looking for suggestions. Kind of like I said, I got an idea where I want to go with this, since I do use PayPal, but whatever works the best. Robert said, that was good of them to do. That's really good customer service. Yes, I was quite impressed. Henry says, gotta run, stay warm. Right on, Henry. You stay warm too, buddy. Gina says, but stay safe and healthy. Patty said, I'll take a gander. So I like the idea of that. Yeah, check it out, man. It's on there. Gina says, you too, Robert. Henry, stay safe. Paul said, love repurposing wood into things. Me too, man. My first thought, so in that video, if you've seen it, I mentioned that a friend of mine owns a furniture company. And when he told me he had some stuff down there that you wanted to know if I was interested in, at first I was thinking guitars. Like I didn't really know what he had. But when I got down there, and it was mostly those kind of pieces that you see in that video, I was hoping to find something I could repurpose somehow into guitars. And the ones that I was finding just didn't seem like they would be suitable for it. So I'm like, well, what else can we make? Patty says, oh, here's a recommendation. There's an Aussie guy who's a college lecturer in the state of Victoria who makes some lovely things he picks up on his way into the office off the roadside trash. Oh man, that sounds kind of cool. You're heading into work and you just find something every day on your way into work. I'll have to, do you know the name of the guy or the name of the channel? If not, I could probably search around for it. Robert says, that was a good video, very simple, but still looked nice. The stain you put on matched pretty well. At least it did in the video. Yeah, it is. Robert, actually, it's not bad. I thought about trying to mix some sort of custom color, but I'm like, man, I'm overthinking this. I'm like, I'm just going to smear this brown walnut Danish oil on there, and it's not that far off to where you look at it and go, yeah, color doesn't match. It actually is quite close. Neptune says, painters are done. Once it dries, I have to move all the stuff back into the room. Paul says, Matthias is a big proponent of dumpster diving for wood. My best-selling guitar model is made of recycled pallets, excluding the neck. Yes, Matthias has some cool videos. If you guys haven't seen Matthias Wandel, I forget, I don't know where he is. He's over the pond there somewhere, I think. But yes, he's got some really cool stuff, and he gets very technical with a lot of his testing too, which is kind of fun. I have a guitar that is completely made out of pallet wood, neck, including the neck. So let's see, the body's pine. I put a pine top on it. It's got a poplar neck with a walnut strip in the middle and a walnut fretboard. All came from pallets, and it's a lefty, and I'm going to have it at the guitar show in March. Robert said, Donna says snack. Oh, that's the mobile thing. I gotta look into that. I've heard of it, I think. Snack. Robert said, Neptune's movement stuff is not fun. Oh, Paul says he's Canadian. Really? Why did I always think he was, like, across the way? My bad. Sorry, Matthias. Bobby says, we have crap pallets here in the South, all southern pine. Southern yellow pine? You could make a body out of that. A lot of ours are kind of garbagey too, but I found a few good ones. So, anyway, guys, yeah, like I said, if you got suggestions for mobile processing, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go finish figuring out what I need to order for this cigar box guitar so that I can get started in a little while. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. Right on, guys. So, let's see. Leatherwork video coming out this weekend. Be on the lookout for that. And, yeah, other than that, snow day here. So, I'm going to try to get a few things done, but overall, we'll be back at it. So, right on, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Don't forget, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, hit that thing. Or what's everybody say? Smash that like button. Never like that, but if I ever say that, you guys yell at me. Right on, guys. Yeah, and if you want, like the link was posted, go check out some of the music that I used to make and still enjoy. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to hang out here at Home Built Workshop. So I wish you all the best. Stay safe. Stay well. Thanks a lot for watching.